In the late 16th century, England was eager to establish its first permanent colony in the New World. Roanoke Island, located off the coast of present-day North Carolina, became the site of what was intended to be a thriving settlement. However, what became of this colony remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in American history. Today, we dive into the mystery of the Lost Colony of Roanoke. The story of Roanoke begins in 1584 when Sir Walter Raleigh, under a royal charter from Queen Elizabeth I, sent explorers to scout the North American coast for potential settlement sites. In 1585, the first group of settlers arrived under the command of Sir Richard Grenville, but their colony quickly struggled due to a lack of supplies and hostile relations with the local Native American tribes. This group eventually abandoned Roanoke and returned to England. As the English still desired a foothold in the New World, a second attempt to establish a colony was made in 1587. This time, the leader was John White, who brought with him 115 men, women, and children to settle on Roanoke Island. It was hoped that this colony would succeed where the first had failed. Shortly after arriving, White's granddaughter, Virginia Dare, became the first English child born in the New World. However, the colony faced immediate challenges, including dwindling supplies and ongoing tension with the native population. White made the difficult decision to sail back to England for much-needed resources, leaving the colonists behind with the promise that he would return soon. However, due to the outbreak of the Anglo-Spanish War in 1588, White's return was delayed for 3 years. When he finally made it back to Roanoke in 1590, he found the colony deserted. The settlement was abandoned, with no sign of struggle or violence. The only clue left behind was the word Croatoan, carved into a wooden post, a reference to a nearby island inhabited by the Croatoan people. What happened to the 115 settlers? Over the centuries, many theories have emerged about their fate. One popular theory is that the colonists relocated to the island of Croatoan and assimilated with the Native American population. This theory is supported by reports from later settlers who claim to have encountered indigenous tribes with European features and knowledge of the English language. Another theory suggests that the colonists attempted to sail back to England themselves, but perished at sea. Alternatively, some believe that the settlers may have been victims of a deadly conflict with local tribes, leading to their massacre. There is also speculation that the colony could have split up, with some settlers traveling inland in search of resources or refuge. Modern archaeology has provided some potential answers, though the mystery remains unsolved. In the early 21st century, two significant sites, Hatteras Island, formerly known as Croatoan Island, and another inland location known as Site X, have yielded evidence that may shed light on the colonists' fate. Artifacts such as English pottery and tools dating back to the late 16th century have been discovered at both locations, suggesting that some settlers may have integrated with local tribes or dispersed into smaller groups. Despite ongoing research, the ultimate fate of the Lost Colony of Roanoke remains a mystery. The story continues to captivate historians, archaeologists, and the general public alike. The legacy of Roanoke lives on not only through the mystery itself, but also through names like Virginia Dare, a symbol of early English efforts to colonize the New World. To this day, the Lost Colony remains one of the most enduring mysteries in American history, reminding us of the challenges and uncertainties faced by those early settlers. What really happened to the Lost Colony of Roanoke? Perhaps we will never know. And that's the fascinating mystery of the Lost Colony of Roanoke. Whether it was assimilation, conflict, or another unknown fate, this story continues to spark intrigue and inspire new theories. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more historical explorations.